guys, welcome back to the SUPES channel. My name is Matthew Ramos, and on this channel I'm to entertain, inform, and inspire using the topic of discussion as always, which is superheroes. So guys, it's crazy to say it, but DC Fandome is happening this Saturday. For those of you who don't know what DC Fandome is, DC basically said, alright, Comic-Con, you know what, we pull up to Comic-Con every single year and we drop some awesome announcements. But guess what? This year, screw Comic-Con. We're throwing our own party, we're bringing our own firepower to this party, and we're dropping some announcements, trailers, and so many more surprises at our own event this year. So DC Fandome is DC's very own version of Comic-Con, and they're hyping it up to be the biggest DC event in history. And from the looks of it, it's going to be. But right before we get into breaking down everything you need to know about DC Fandome before DC Fandome, make sure to stay to the end of the video for giveaway details as I'm giving away a copy of Marvel's Avengers. There's so many goodies to break down in today's video, guys, so make sure to stay to the end of it and make sure to hit that subscribe button and hit that bell notification if you haven't already. Without further ado, let's get into everything you need to know about DC Fandome. So DC is hosting their own Comic-Con this year called DC Fandome. I'm sure the first question on most of your minds is, how do I tune in? How do I watch? We haven't even got into the announcements of what they're gonna reveal, breaking down the schedule of the event, and you guys are already asking, how do I tune in? Well, one way to tune in is to hit the subscribe button and hit that notification on my channel, because right here live on the SUPES channel, I'm going to be reacting to the entire event live over here with you guys. So if you guys want to join the SUPES squad and react to all of the awesome announcements, all of the awesome trailers together as one big happy family, then make sure to hit that subscribe button and hit that bell notification on this channel. So before I get into breaking down the schedule, announcements, panels, everything that's going down at DC Fandome, I want you guys to know that tomorrow, August 18th, DC is releasing the first teaser trailer for DC Fandome. It's going to be something that gets the fans hyped, that gets the fans ready to assemble on Saturday, August 22nd. I'm beyond excited for this event, so make sure to stay tuned because August 18th, DC is releasing their first teaser trailer for the event. So on the rare chance that you don't want to watch DC Fandome with the SUPES squad, you can go to dcfandome.com to watch the live stream by yourself. Yes, DC really made their own website just for this event, so that just goes to tell you how big they're making this event out to be. Now, on the DC Fandome website, one thing you're going to see is a hub of 6 major party rooms where completely different things are going to be going down in each of these rooms. The main room that you want to be in is the Hall of Heroes. At the Hall of Heroes, this is like the Hall H of this event, and this is where all of the major announcements panels are going down. The panels for all of the upcoming DC movies, the panels for the upcoming DC video games are all going down at the Hall of Heroes. Now, I understand that there's a lot of Flash fans watching this video right now. So if you want to tune into the panels that are dedicated to the Arrowverse shows, such as The Flash, Batwoman, Black Lightning, Legends of Tomorrow, and so many more, then you're going to want to go to the Watchverse party room. Besides that, the other rooms such as the Uverse, the Kidsverse, the Insiderverse, and the Funverse don't really have anything major going on. Those are just other outlet party rooms that are made for entertainment. So where you guys want to be and where I'm going to be is the Hall of Heroes. The party room that is made for the biggest announcements. The announcements that are going to shake the earth. The announcements that are going to make us go crazy. Freaking crying maybe, depending on the announcements. But let's break down the announcements. Let's break down, because DC released their schedule for the Hall of Heroes and for the Watchverse as well. But however, in this video, I'm not going to be covering the Watchverse stuff, which is all of the stuff having to do with the Arrowverse CW shows. I'm here to talk about the major movies, the upcoming superhero video games, and all of that stuff that's going down in the Hall of Heroes. So let's get right into it. So the first thing happening at the Hall of Heroes starts at 1 p.m. Eastern time, and this is the Wonder Woman 1984 panel. Now, most of you guys know, here at this Wonder Woman 1984 panel, it's going to include the director, which is Patty Jenkins, and the cast will be there: Gal Gadot, Chris Pine, Kristen Wiig, and Pedro Pascal as well. But at this Wonder Woman 1984 panel that's happening at 1 p.m., make sure to expect the final trailer for Wonder Woman 1984. This is a movie that's gotten delayed many times due to the coronavirus, but they're going to give us the final trailer at this event, and they'll probably announce either a delayed release date or just give us some more updates about when we're going to see this movie. Now, the next announcement is something that we are all so excited for, and that is the new Batman game. WB Montreal is having their own panel at DC Fandome happening at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And at this panel, they're going to officially announce their upcoming Batman game called Gotham Knights. This Batman game, just to give you guys a few brief details of what this Batman game is going to entail, it's going to be a multiplayer, not a multiplayer Batman game, but a Batman game where you can play as every single member of the Bat family. The Bat family is going to be going up against the Court of Owls, and we're going to see it all go down this Saturday at DC Fandome, where WB Montreal is going to hop on that stage and announce the new Batman game called Gotham Knights. Again, with this announcement comes a trailer for the game. So I'm beyond excited. We're gonna get a trailer. We're most likely going to get a release date for the game. So just having our minds fixed on a date of when we should expect this awesome game, it's gonna be so awesome. I cannot wait for this announcement. And remember, it's happening at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time on August 22nd. Now the next panel happening at 2:45 p.m. Eastern Time is the Flash movie panel. Here, Ezra Miller, the Flash, and Andy Muschietti, the director, are going to sit down, answer some questions, maybe announce some things about the Flash movie. But point is, we're getting some more news about this upcoming Flash movie. Right now, it's slated for a 2022 release date, but at this DC Fandome event, they're gonna give us some more info about this movie. They're gonna make some announcements about this movie, and it's happening at 2:45 p.m. Eastern Time on August 22nd. However, that Flash panel is going to be a very short panel, as it's only 15 minutes, which could lead to a major announcement going down for that Flash panel, because I don't understand why they would just have a 15-minute panel of them just answering questions that we all know the answers to. Nah, they're gonna take this 15-minute panel and they're probably gonna announce something major for the upcoming Flash movie, so keep your eye out on that. Now, we don't know what the announcement is, but I just know it'll probably be something major. Now, because the announcement is only 15 minutes long, hopping in at 3 p.m. Eastern Time is the panel for the upcoming The Suicide Squad movie directed by James Gunn. James Gunn will be there. The cast for The Suicide Squad will be there, including Margot Robbie, the love of our lives. She's gonna be there, and the rest of the cast for the upcoming Suicide Squad movie. I'm so excited about this. And with the Suicide Squad panel is the trailer for the Suicide Squad. The Suicide Squad is a movie that has been done filming, so the movie's pretty much wrapped. I mean, now it's in its post-production phase, but there's enough footage in there for them to give us our first look at the movie, as it's slated for a 2021 release. So if it's coming out next year, give us our look right now at the biggest DC event in history, DC Fandome. Then after that Suicide Squad panel going down at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, you have a 2-hour and 45-minute break, because at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Time is the panel for the Snyder Cut. Now we know this is 100% confirmed. We are getting our first trailer for the Snyder Cut coming to HBO Max in 2021 at DC Fandome. So they're gonna give us some more info about what the Snyder Cut will entail, but point is, we're gonna get a trailer, and that's something we all should be hyped for. Our first trailer for the Snyder Cut. But again, similar to the Flash movie panel, the Snyder Cut panel is only 15 minutes long. It starts at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Time and then ends at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. So again, the biggest thing coming out of that panel is going to be that first trailer for the Snyder Cut. But at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, the biggest actor in the world is stepping on DC's stage as The Rock is hosting the panel for Black Adam. Now this panel is going to be very lengthy. It's going to be 45 minutes long, and it's very interesting because on the schedule that DC released, it says Black Adam hosted by Dwayne Johnson plus surprises. So my prediction is that they are going to unveil the entire cast. In Black Adam, we know that the entire Justice Society of America will be in the movie. We've heard some castings such as Noah Centineo as Atom Smasher, but there's been a ton of rumors going around such as who's going to play Hawkman, Hawkgirl. The cast is going to be massive, and I'm predicting that they're going to announce the entire cast at this event. There's not enough footage. They haven't even started filming the movie, so don't expect a teaser trailer for Black Adam. But I'm sure we're going to get some details about the movie itself, about the plot itself, and the entire cast will get revealed. Now, after this massive Black Adam panel that's 45 minutes long, after that comes something very mysterious that has us on the edge of our seats. Because after that is a panel that's untitled. It's literally titled to be announced, a new movie. A new movie is getting announced at DC Fandome, and it's happening at 6:45 p.m. Eastern Time, and it's only a 15-minute panel, so they're just gonna unveil this movie. They're gonna proclaim to the world that this project is coming, and then that'll be it. That'll be it pretty much. So again, what are they gonna unveil? when it comes to this panel where it's going to be a new movie that's announced, we've heard recently that a Zatanna movie is in development and a Batman Beyond movie is in development. So expect one of those two movies to be this major announcement that they've been teasing. Now expect that, but also expect the unexpected. Who knows? I swear to God, if we finish this Black Adam panel for 45 minutes long and then hop into this, and then I don't know, it's 15 minutes long, but you see Henry Cavill walk on stage and announce Man of Steel 2, I'm going into cardiac arrest right here on this chair. You guys won't see me ever again, because again, we could have our expectations, but we also have to expect the unexpected. Anything can happen at an event like this, and I have a feeling that DC definitely has some surprises up their sleeve that haven't been reported, that we don't know. And I have a theory that Henry Cavill will be at this event, despite him not being on the guest list for the event. I think that Henry Cavill will be at this event, and they're going to make a surprise announcement for Henry Cavill's future as Superman. But again, I think that's going to be a surprise announcement that's not even on the schedule at all. So we'll get into talking more about that potential announcement later on in this video. Now, after DC announces their new movie, we have the Aquaman 2 panel. At this panel, we have the director of Aquaman, James Wan, and Ocean Master himself, Patrick Wilson, talking about Aquaman and Aquaman 2 of what's to come. That's going down at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. I wouldn't expect anything major from that panel because, one, they haven't started shooting Aquaman 2, but I do expect for them to give us some more details about Aquaman 2 and just more of a clarification on the future of Aquaman. But after the Aquaman 2 panel, we have the Shazam 2 panel happening at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time with Zachary Levi, Shazam himself, there in the flesh. So again, same thing with the Aquaman 2 panel. I think we're just going to get some more details about Shazam 2 and the future of Shazam. Now after that, we have a panel that has me sweaty. We have a panel that has me hyped beyond belief, and that is the Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League game panel. Yes, along with the announcement of the DC Fandome schedule, we got the official title for the Suicide Squad game, which is Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. This is just, it sounds freaking amazing. Just, it's crazy to me that we're getting a multiplayer Suicide Squad game where the boss fights are against the Justice League. This is what dreams are made out of, and we're getting more about it. We're getting more information. We're probably getting a trailer similar to the Batman game panel. We're getting a trailer, an announcement trailer. We're getting our first look at the game at DC Fandome at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. But now, to conclude this whole massive event, we have the director of the Batman movie starring Robert Pattinson, Matt Reeves, coming on to host a panel for the Batman movie that starts at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Pretty late, but you already know us fans are staying up for this one, because at this panel they're going to drop the first trailer for the upcoming Batman movie, and then similar to the Black Adam panel and the way that's listed where it says Black Adam, Dwayne Johnson plus surprises, on the DC Fandome schedule it says the Batman, Matt Reeves plus surprises. Now, one thing we do know is a fact is that Robert Pattinson will be at this event. I have a feeling that they're probably going to bring out the other members of the cast, such as Catwoman, Zoe Kravitz, Detective Gordon. So I have a feeling that they're going to bring out other members of the cast, but the main thing is the trailer for the Batman that they are going to drop at this event, and it's going to be the thing that concludes it all. And just the fact that they have the Batman movie concluding this entire DC Fandome event, expect some major things. But even though it's listed as the final panel of the night, I still don't think it'll be the final surprise. Because we all know at events like this, there's always the major surprise. At Comic-Con, Marvel always has something that they're going to reveal that no one reported on, no one even knew about, and it just blows everyone else away, leaving the fans out of that event just so hyped for the future of whatever's to come. Because at events like D23, where I actually went there, Marvel unveiled, a ton of stuff about their upcoming future Disney Plus shows. But then on top of that, at the end of the event, Kevin Feige literally said, but guys, now let's talk about some things you didn't know were coming. And then boom, out of nowhere, he just reveals Moon Knight, She-Hulk, Miss Marvel, all getting their own Disney Plus series. Oh my gosh, it was one of the greatest moments of my entire life. Kevin Feige brings the sauce every single time, and I feel like DC is gonna bring some of that special magic over to this event. And their final surprise, I have a feeling they're gonna bring back the face of the DC universe, Henry Cavill, and they're going to announce the future of Superman. Whether it's a Man of Steel 2 movie directed by J.J. Abrams, or whether it's Superman popping up in a bunch of upcoming DC movies. Whatever the case may be, I think Henry Cavill will be at this event. I think they're going to make a surprise announcement for the future of Superman, because I don't think DC hosts the biggest event in DC history without bringing Superman to the party. Superman is the biggest superhero of all time. He's the greatest superhero of all time. So I don't think they host this DC Fandome event that they have been hyping up to be the biggest DC event in history without bringing Superman to the party. So again, after that Matt Reeves panel that's going down at 9:30 p.m. Eastern time, I think they're going to start to conclude the event and then say, all right, but we got one more surprise for you. And then boom, Henry Cavill walks out and they announce the future of Superman and leave the fans in awe, leave the fans in shock, and leave the fans boiling with excitement. So with that being said, guys, in today's video, we broke down everything you need to know for DC Fandome. Now you guys know the times of the panels. So if you don't want to show up to the Wonder Woman 1984 panel, but you want to pull up to the Batman Gotham Knights game panel, then you know when to pull up. Just know your boy Supes is going to be here live streaming all of these panels, getting my reaction live with you guys, and it's going to be such a blast. I haven't been this excited for an event in such a long time. And you know, just from the schedule list, we live in a world where there's so much uncertainty. Right now, I'm certain with every single fiber of my being that DC Fandome is going to be something that we remember. It's going to be something that's going to change the future of DC and the way people view DC movies forever. So with that being said, guys, let me know what you guys think about DC Fandome. What are you looking for? Which panel are you looking forward to the most out of this entire event? Let me know in the comment section down below. Now getting into giveaway details, guys. I'm giving away a copy of Marvel's Avengers. All you have to do to enter this giveaway is like this video, comment down below, subscribe, and hit that bell notification on my channel to get notified when these videos go up. With that being said, guys, thank you guys for tuning into this video. I look forward to seeing you guys this Saturday, August 22nd for the biggest DC event in history, DC Fandome. Peace out, guys. Love you 3000.